We're getting into the next game. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Are we in sync, Momo?
13. Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Well, everybody, this is game 2 of our grand finals of the Ultimate Team Tournament 2. And game 1, it wasn't an amazing game 1. It wasn't the game that we thought we would see. Nevertheless, two fantastic players to make up the team, playing from the north of Crossing in the Woods, Seeking Guy as the Brits, and CreativeName playing as the Soviets.
And in reverse in the south spawn, we have our 2v2 gods, Scotch and Noggano, playing as mixed Axis, common theme of Axis setups. Scotch as the Wehrmacht and Noggano as OKW. And they've well underway to playing aggressive here on the left side. Sternpile will spot the combat engineers and pull out of harassing that munition. And let's see, sections have a sandbag already ready for these pios.
I love the
That's
capping
the advantage
order,
you
by
have
the
there
way.
without having to build a yeah.
The capping
This is
orders, you know,
interesting.
you go for that fuel point, you know, it's like we'll link it up later. That's what they're trying to do here, just get the Pioneers on the VP and then come back to connect the fuel. A little bit risky though, because there's a lot of conscripts from CreativeName. They could go over to the left, but actually I think, I don't think Axis is going to have any trouble here. They're going to take 3 VPs at the start as well. Fortunately, one just neutralized by CreativeName, but just goes to show you, like, some teams go for VPs hard at the start, some go for the resources, and you know, actually, I think the VP ones causes a lot more problem later on into the game. It's very easy to do at the start.
Mm-hmm. I want to see what they do different. You know, it's always interesting to compare the strats of each side on the same map, as you know, because with tournament settings you have the fixed spawn, and in this particular series we have the same faction matchup, so we don't have any lock-ins like we saw from the Allies last game with Royal Engineer and Shock Rifle. And Shock Rifle actually isn't even an option. We have Mechanized with ISU, combined Guard Rifle combined arms with ML20 and IL2, and then the B4 doctrine. I would love to see a B4. It'd just be a lot of fun to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
But Scotch actually built his sniper now, a little bit later than Seeking did, but nevertheless it's out on the field. But this time around there's already a UC waiting for it. It's already out on the field and moving towards this location.
This is hugely aggressive from Seeking and CreativeName in this game. They're actually right up to the strategic point, decapping resources outside of Noggano and Scotch's base, and they're making it really, really hard for Pioneers to capture fuel on the right-hand side. There is a big discrepancy right now in income of resources between Axis and Allies. And I actually think this benefits Allies to have the resource lead on a map like this, because it's the light vehicles like the AEC and the T-70 that are going to do really, really well here. I actually think it's a little bit harder for the Puma to get some shots off because of those sight blockers through the center. But things like the T-70, which have a faster rate of fire, like they're going to be able to wipe more. Look at Noggano having to get rid of the conscripts on the left-hand side. It's like 4 Volks Grenadiers. That'll do it.
He just wasn't sure it was enough, so. But we saw this earlier, you know, and as I've said before, UC eats a Faust. But you know, sometimes it's the right thing to blob out, because if you're gonna break open a position like that where cons are just behind a sandbag, you're gonna need more than 1 or 2 squads. There's no point, you know, at that level being like, you know, some people like to say honorable, like, oh, don't blob, you know, you're cheesing or whatever. It's like, dude, you have a squad behind green cover. Do you want me to just lose the engagement? Would you prefer that? I'm sure you would.
Never ever blame the players for playing what the game has to offer. I mean, that is a job for the balance team and the game designers. Like, if you know that this works, you're gonna play it for money. No one can be criticized for that.
To a point, though. To be fair, to a point. But I agree with it. Yep. Because like, so what we've seen with this game historically, like, there's these certain strategies or things you can do that kind of break the intended setup of the game. You know, like we've had with ghosting and stuff in the past. But up to, you know, the blocking point, I agree.
I love the intended way for the game to be played. I'm pretty sure Relic had no idea ever when they initially made this that it was going to be used as an esport. I mean, it was like an incredible sandbox experience, like great campaign, great building and stuff. And the game's had so many changes to make it competitive, largely just down to the player base. You know, this is something that's been created. It's actually just fantastic that we have the game that we have today, which is
such a long way. Who even remembers blizzards and all this other stuff we've gone through as a community and that have been changed? We've been fortunate to have a game be supported for so long, thanks to a large part of the people in the community volunteering their time and efforts to providing feedback, testing, and just continuing to play the game in itself is supporting it. So, yeah. Who remembers like 120 millimeter precision shots with the mortars? You could just, oh look, that squad hasn't moved for a bit. Let me wipe that with
B4 precision shot.
Oh my god, dude. OKW ceased to exist as a faction when there was B4 precision shot. You had no way to counter it without a stupid dive bomb.
But yeah, I mean, anyway, game's come on a long way since then, and
enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Out of all of the embers emerged these two teams, and that's been fairly standard at the moment. We haven't seen any squad wipes or anything nasty. There's just a lot of kind of touchy-feely engagements where there's some early retreats there. It look like they're actually just trying to save the manpower up so that they can have a really nice and effective mid-game. 222 is already on the field, Puma coming in, and let's have a look. Actually, CreativeName's not actually up to the T70 yet, so some players we've seen have had the T70 up to this time. So he's either going to skip it, or he just wasn't able to get it out in a decent time this match.
Yeah. He actually went to tier 2 and built a Maxim. Gotta get us this gun ready soon enough, because there is mechanized regiment. Puma's out now. Got his Puma out quicker than the T70. I mean, as you said, who knows if he's actually going to go for it at this point. Probably won't once he sees the Puma. But the problem is T70 and AEC are such high impact units that even with the counter being on the field, it's really hard not to go for it, because you're giving up so much potential.
Sure.
Wiping power, territory. It's rough. And CreativeName is floating a little bit right now.
I think he's probably intending to. It's difficult as well when you go for the flamethrower on the engineers, because you want that unit on the field fighting, yet it also needs to be in the base building. And you know, that can be tough, because he didn't go for the double engineers at the start here. Seeking Guy, by the way, goes for Royal Artillery Regiment, first pick of this game.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Yeah, there's the tier 3 that we were talking about coming up for creative. It's a much better game, by the way. And
a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, the team play is good here as well. I actually noticed that when the Universal Carrier was threatened by the Puma initially, you actually had CreativeName start running in with some conscripts to fake the AT grenade, which is beautiful teamwork.
You see how low that UC got, and he immediately popped the crew repair and saved it. And we're starting to see the G43s come online. That's the first one. Oh, sorry, that's what the what's it called? The unit upgrade, where it gives him another man.
Sure.
Gives the squad leader with the G43.
Actually, I love it. still so recent with all the commander changes. It's such a breath of fresh air to the game. I love seeing all the new commander portraits. Oh, I'd say not new, but love seeing them in tournaments because for a long time we would just see the same faces over and over again.
That creepy Spec Ops guy with the shades.
Oh yeah. Very 80s.
Weirdo.
You just call him a weirdo.
Yeah, dude. That guy is probably giving a few players PTSD with the Command Panther, the old Command Panther setup. It's like, oh great, we're winning. There's no tanks on the field. Oh, Command Panther. Mark target. There goes my tank. After having to deal with like Luke's and Puma. Well, here we go. This is exactly what we were missing last game, is the counter sniping potential here. We finally have a allied sniper to counter the hostile one. I think he got spotted.
Already?
He's not camo. Okay, he just got camo again. Yeah, look, he took some damage.
I don't think he has
Took
been
some
spotted.
damage.
Alright, okay.
The G43 spotted him, and there goes the element of surprise.
Well, they actually checked the line of sight. I didn't think that they could see there, but perhaps there was
I think with the upgrade, it gives them a little bit extra sighting because of the G43. I could be wrong. And it could have just been a dumb move by
Universal carriers has been destroyed.
Just heard the universal carrier go down there on the right-hand side. Not sure what took that down actually. In the,
We are losing
scout
the
car.
sector.
there is an AT gun there actually. Like
UC went down,
Yeah.
and the Valentine's out to avenge him. Good placement by the MG42. Gonna pin these units down. They're in red cover. There's no way they're gonna get out. I think a UC ate a teller.
Yeah, there was a teller on the right-hand side. In fact, no, the teller is where the universal carrier died, so it'd be the teller that got the universal carrier. I actually looked at that earlier on in the game. Just thought, oh, that's interesting to place it there so early, but great payoff.
Is he gonna get a second shot off? It'd have to be an attack
Oh,
round here.
he gets it!
Oh, it
That's
was an
a
attack round.
Super long shot.
King shell there from the British AT gun.
It's funny, I mean, Axis actually have more counter-sniping opportunities than the Allies, mainly due to the Puma, because the aim shot is able to...
Oh,
it's
yeah.
100% accuracy for aim shot.
It was before, if I remember right. It was 100%, but if you retreat now, it's like a 50% chance. Kind of like with a sniper shooting a retreating sniper. It's not guaranteed. It's like a 50-point flip.
Right.
Someone, one of you stat monkeys can correct me. But I remember using it. It was so cancer. Walk up to the sniper, aim shot. Bye bye.
Yeah. We actually saw it in another game, another series of this tournament. I think it was either yesterday or 2 weeks ago. Great ability though.
Oh yeah,
Look at this,
very
chasing
useful.
down the grenadiers on the retreat. Just a blob of Tommies. Super effective. Negative cover, of course, on the road. So Tommy's just having a field day here. It's like shooting range practice. But we'll have a look what else is going on at the moment. Got the Maxims now out in the field. Creative name is against Noggano, but Noggano's got some great cover positions. He's also utilizing some of Creative Name's cover positions against him. And T70, I mean, how late is the T70 here? I'm surprised that he did actually still opt to go for that, but it's great for the vision, so we're probably likely going to see that
Yeah, super late.
on recon mode.
Brit Sniper got spotted as well, forced to retreat. And that gives the Auster Sniper a moment to breathe and start taking some shot. Yuka out now for Noggano. Gonna look for the first victim. Probably gonna be the Maxim over here.
targets there. Struggling to get some hits out of that. It's not the best hit in the world, actually. Only 3 kills out of that in the end.
Yeah, and he blew up a mine or a tripwire flare, I think. Yeah, it was a tripwire flare.
I love that they're using tripwire flares, you know, it's like too many people.
So broken.
Yeah, too many people don't use it. Like 10 munitions, you're guaranteed to get that model wipe. It's
And vision.
Yeah.
It's so strong.
It's like a cornerstone of Soviet play, though. Like, you know, cheap mines, demo charges, tripwire flares, and it's like you've got to use all the tools of the faction and to give the vision as well. So important. Look how many mines there are, by the way. Have you seen how many mines there are actually in the just north of the VP? Like 3 mines. I'm guessing in case anything tries to flank.
You gotta put mines down. You gotta sweep. It's one of the core fundamentals of company here. As they say, mines win games. It looks like Seeking is finally elected to start shooting now. He's got 4 kills on his sniper. He's tired of holding.
The enemy is taking
Gonna
our
get some value
territory.
out of it.
CreativeName is locked in his commander, mechanized support. So looking for that late game ISU. Ooh, snipers, I think, are near each other. There's the counter snipe. Beautiful. What a great counter snipe.
Yeah, he was out of the cover. Oh, it was too late. Did you see Nagano put down artillery flares to spot the sniper for him? He's already dead.
Has been approved again. Time to unleash our
Nice
heavy
pickup.
tanks.
There goes Valentine. Picked up something for that. A bucket. Love the voice acting in this game. So good. Especially the Brits.
I'm surprised it hasn't got old after like 10 years. Which is amazing.
It's one of the things they've done really well in voice acting. Except maybe the Americans. Americans are kind of whatever. They have some good moments. But the Brits are like on point with every single unit.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Stuka shots.
A little bit of a
amazing.
whip there. Yeah.
Nice opportunity for T70 to go in. They're just trying to get on top of the fuel there. They have fuel on the right hand side.
Our opponents
Puma
are
is
seizing
open
the
here to take
sector.
some shots on the T70. There are AT grenades from the conscripts here, but they just haven't gone for it. Surprised actually, given that there is AT gun support there.
Yeah, very, very weird.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Look at the VP drain though. Almost below 300. Another tripwire flare. I think that was 2. Yeah, there was 2 of them. It's such an effective. It's like even combat engineers can lay him down. It's like you can just spam the crap out of him. You have 6. He has 6 units that can lay down tripwire flares every time. I remember Love Nest kind of made it popular, along with door mines back in the day. But oh, I remember that. But every time you cap a sector, just okay, tripwire flare, tripwire flare. Just it's super effective at whittling down manpower. Makes a difference in the long run.
British sniper.
Oh, the
just got found
sniper.
out by grenadiers. Some good rifle grenades going into some of the Tommies in cover with good reflexes. Oh wow!
Oh.
The rifle grenade forces them into a mine. That's that was very cool. You don't see that happen every day.
That was funny. Fortunately, he didn't lose the squad though. For him.
It's really hard to tell at this moment who's winning outside of
Yeah.
the VP line because, I mean,
Another
yes,
Stuka
there's
barrage.
yes, there's a lot of VPs for the allies, but actually the Axis are just a little more responsive.
Say how awesome that live action replay feature is. It's one of the cool things you can do with these games when you're casting. All those people all tabbed and the caster starts screaming like, "Oh my god, what happened?" It's like, here you go. This is what
Panzer IV is reporting for duty.
It's sorry.
I was gonna let you go. You were talking.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna say it only works with the right timing. Otherwise, it can be a bit chaotic.
Micromanage it for sure.
It's not made things any less stressful for me. But I think we see another squad wipe there. Volks Grenadiers go down to the T-70. As soon as the Brumbar just hit the field, then Axis just feel empowered. The Grenadiers are starting to make their way up the right-hand side. They haven't really got enough to deal with the Brumbar, to be honest. Only the 6-pounder there. I actually think that the British sniper could be helpful.
A capture point.
But need a little bit more clout in the army to deal with something like the Brumbar. They need a lot more penetration.
Our capture point. They're trying to
They just don't have it at all. I mean, look at the decisions they've made here. They've gone for things like the Katusha, and they were, you know, not really in the lead on the resource battle here. So that's a decision.
They're giving them every opportunity to come back, basically, like with the territory. But when did the Stuka die? He's rebuilding his Stuka, and we missed it.
I didn't.
Oh, it died right there by the cutoff, near the base.
Redouble your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
See, its little wreck, it got salvaged.
How did that die?
No idea. Let me check the caddy. Maybe it has a vehicle kill. Nope.
Probably
Sorry
off map or
about
something.
that.
Wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Fragmentation
Yeah.
bomb from. Not a frag bomb. The artillery or something.
Yeah. Well, he's rebuilding it. Seeking is floating a lot of fuel, and somehow with the pop cap he has compared to CreativeName, he's bleeding manpower pretty hard. And okay, he's gone for a hammer, which means he can get some comets. It's gonna be a bit of time before he can afford it. The manpower, about another minute. This mortar pit has not been as effective as it could be. Not too many fights going on in the middle. Mostly the right side with the broom bar.
Interesting. I actually keep thinking that CreativeName and Seeking Guy are just getting pushed back to their base. They do manage to make a pretty good comeback here. Stuka, rebuilt Stuka, is aimed for the AT gun and sniper there. It's decent evasion. It's just nothing. Like even the T-70 here, it's just stuck on recon mode at the moment. It needs to come off recon mode to help deal with the infantry. AT guns trying to reposition for the Brumbar on that side. One thing I will say.
Blew up the conscript cover there. In the middle. Or the left, I should.
One thing I will say, Allied VP lead at the moment is starting to get bigger and bigger, and they've at least had 2 VPs at all times. And I think actually with the artillery on the field now, with the Katusha, they're going to be able to just stop those blobs. I mean, I don't actually argue with that decision because Noggano and Scotch were blobbing a lot, so you know, the Katusha is useful, but really hard to defend against something like the Brumbar without another tier 4 unit. Hopefully now he's going
Yeah,
for
it's
the
like
ISU.
they're goading them to blob back. Oh! Retreating Gren got sniped by the British sniper right there. Took the coin flip and he got rewarded. But yeah, your point to the blobbing, it's like Scotch is blobbing all these Grens, just begging Creative or Seeking to do the same, but he has the Brumbar to counter that. Well, they don't have more than just the Katusha. First comets out on the field, and CreativeName is about 200 manpower away from his ISU. 200 manpower and 20 fuel.
It's going to be a really good loadout when it does come out on the field because Scotch, of course, who is playing German infantry doctrine at the moment, you know, they have to be relying on some off-map abilities to do that. We just heard infantry section there by Seeking Guy, just died on the right-hand side.
Yeah, the only problem is right now, unless he loses a unit, he's completely pop capped for the ISU. He's
not a bad
22,
spot to be in ever.
No, true. The moment you lose one, you can call it in. Comment says hello. See how much trouble it has pending the broom bar from long range. Once it gets armored skirts. Seeking just lost the section. Don't know where, but he's down to 2 now.
He's on the right side previously.
Oh, that's a low Tommy section. Retreat that. Oh, if he gets unlucky, he could lose this section to the broom bar.
That was dangerous,
No,
actually.
just a
Look at the
bad-
sniper. We're talking about the
yeah.
sniper stun ability. Critical shot. It's a really long stun as well. Just allows the Comet to go around the back. Pack 40's trying to set up.
You're actually gonna get it. Does, but he might lose his Comet for it. He's gonna get snared here. He's gonna have to get.
Pretty good support from the Katusha coming in there. And I think his coordinated barrage as well from Royal Artillery Regiment.
Nice push. If only he can get away, it'll be fully successful. Nice crossfire from the Zis gun. Spots the Puma and nails it. Sniper here. Does he have the... He does have the critical shot ready again if he wants to use it. He's using it. He's using it.
No, he's not. I really thought we were going to see aim shot from the Puma there. Noggano, I think, is just rage quit out of this one.
Oh, wow. Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious. I'm not sure whether that's an intentional quit, but blame him after losing those
What?
2 units. With the main gun critical, of course, he could not aim shot the sniper, letting the British sniper get away there. So, again, like, difficult situation for them. They're far from getting the command Panther at this point. You see, CreativeName could have brought in the ISU.
Scotch is the one that lost everything, though. Why would he Nagano?
I mean, if you look at Noggano right now, he's like he's building the Lukes in a Kubelwagen. So I think
Yeah, that's the bot.
Yeah,
That's the bot.
I think that suggests that
As soon as he
maybe
quit, the bot queued up a Luke's and Kubel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Scotch is the one that lost the pack and the broom bar, and then Nagano quits after losing the Puma. But I mean, yeah, you're right. They're about to get triple capped. Unknowingly, for them, the ISU is about to get called in, and and worst of all, the Comet got away. That was probably the I quit moment.
Tough game, but
Good game.
1-1 in the
1-1.
series.